I'm Deep Mahaman and you're watching the Redmen TV.
Hello, welcome to the Redmen TV on an afternoon that saw Liverpool beat Mansfield Town 2-1 in the third round of the FA Cup. Facebook Mobile's being a major gimp at the moment, so we're going to have to switch it up for once this week, and what we're going to talk about via the medium of Twitter this time around, which I'm sure will get all the Twitterati very excited, is obviously this Luis Suarez handball incident that ESPN seemed desperate to milk. A couple of comments a couple of people made to me after the match I thought were very spot on. Bonesy said it did hit his arm, I will say accidentally prior to smashing it in, and then kissing the same arm as usual celebration. Yes, because John Champion went to great lengths to say like he showed his hand to the crowd, you know, as if like he's tried to incite people, saying like, oh look, yeah, that's the hand that I've helped score with. Utter horseshit, as any Liverpool fan will be able to tell you. Daniel Beatty says he handled it because of human instinct, and the commentator has branded him a cheat already. Young Bale Valencia? Question. And finally on this, Scouser77 says it's down to the ref and his team to spot it. You play to the whistle, end of. Commentators out of order. Yeah, exactamundo. Yeah, as I say, Facebook Mobile doing my tits in at the minute, so hopefully by the time we come to edit this I'll be able to put some of your comments up along at the bottom. But no, it's such a shame that, you know, that tie's come down to that, and the fact of the matter is, look, let's clear up the Suarez thing. If you watch it at normal speed, it's nothing. It just hits his hand and it ends up, you know, sort of helping to control it. If you watch it back in slow motion, you know, it looks like he literally gets hold of it, plucks it, brings it down on his chest, and then walks over to the line and then slaps it in. And that's the power of the replay, really, isn't it? The fact of the matter is, as was well pointed out there, it's not Luis Suarez's job to go, sorry I've handled that there. You know what, perhaps in some sort of gentlemanly conduct way you could make the case, and this is the little problem of course with defending, the fact that he's a Liverpool player. I'm sure if that was Wayne Rooney did that, we'd be up in fucking arms. Let's be perfectly clear on that. But at the same time, there's such a media tendency to jump on his back that I think we instinctively will fight his corner regardless, as we've shown in the last sort of 12-13 months. Look, what can you say? The thing that I think the most interesting thing to me is when the ball drops, he does smash it into the back of the net, but he's so sort of like, I don't know, sort of like shruggy shouldered about it, so sort of lackadaisical in doing it, that he doesn't believe for a single second he's gotten away with it, given all the perfectly legitimate goals and penalties he's not received this season so far. He probably just thought, oh, fuck it, you know what, it's not going to count, I'll probably end up getting a yellow card for this, and then everyone getting my name dragged through the mud. Doesn't he? Sticks in the back of the net because instinctively that's what you do as a centre forward, isn't it? And then lo and behold, ESPN have gone to great lengths to try and make him look like a complete and utter bellend. It was just the language John Champion uses, like nefarious Suarez. Fucking calm down with you. And to get that Carolyn What's-her-face on after the fact, who looked absolutely off her head, talking into the camera about how it needs to be sorted out. Yeah, it does need to be sorted out. Your face, love. That's a bit harsh. Anyway, now it's a shame that we have to talk about this, and that ends up being the big talking point of the match, rather than the fact that Mansfield, I thought, were absolutely excellent. Bearing in mind this is a conference side, you know what I mean? You're playing against the Premier League side, albeit one that's not our first choice team. Doesn't matter. Still players capable of beating pretty much most teams in the country, certainly on the day. But no, you can't fault them. We absolutely, you know, we wiped the floor with them for most of the first half, or the first half hour of the first half. Certainly, but look, give Mansfield the credit, they did come back into it, and second half, you know, on another day, you know, they get a couple of goals there and rather go into a replay, or we could have had a major embarrassment, and we played ourselves into trouble to a certain extent. I don't know what it is in games like that. Maybe it was a feeling of sort of job done, maybe a little complacency, I don't know. Maybe we just, once you've got the lead and they've got to start going for it, perhaps we just needed to put a bit more, I don't know, a bit more brute force on the pitch, and I'm not certain we actually have that in the squad, so it's not as though it was really an option. It's not as though you can throw, you know, 3 Robert Hoots on the pitch to shore things up. That's, you know, when you've got Joe Allen and Lucas Leiva, gifted footballers, but Lucas is a very good defensive midfielder, but he's not like he's not a big grok in the middle of the park, is he? You know, like some players are. So no, it's a shame, but as you say, look, the fact of the matter is, we got through. We should really have gotten through by scoring fucking loads, but as I think was Jamie Carragher pointed out post-match, that's the magic of the FA Cup, isn't it? Mansfield came for the game today. The crowd were absolutely magnificent. They give it their all, and they come very close, and as you say, you've got to tip your hat to that. You've got to worry less in those situations about why the gap in class and saying why Liverpool should have beaten 10-0, except for the fact that Premier League teams come up against conference teams and League 2 teams in the FA Cup, and you don't see them getting beaten 10-0 because it's just the nature of football. You know, sometimes you can make up for a lack of natural ability and what have you by just being gutsy and ballsy and getting stuck in and having the crowd behind you, and you know, and that's what look, we talked about the FA Cup in the pre-match build-up. That's why the FA Cup is amazing. That's why it's the greatest cup competition on the face of planet Earth, because you end up with ties like this. On paper, if you talk about it and you look at statistics and what have you, and you should be saying Liverpool should wipe the floor with them, but you know what, that is football. The FA Cup is the beauty of football, is that you put any 11 men versus any other 11 men, and literally anything can happen. And as you say, I like it, you know what I mean. Some people saying to me that the Europa League is a better competition. I really hope they're on crack, I really do, because although it's obviously far more prestigious in the wider world footballing sense or whatever, your FA Cup boss competition, the fact, as my dad said on the pre-match, but the fact is if you've got a decent enough pitch to play on and enough players and a registration fee, you can technically win the FA Cup. What's better than that? Anyway, look, performance-wise, great to see Daniel Sturridge get off the mark. Again, you know, he's playing a lower class of opposition, but goal scoring, as we've talked about many times, is so confidence-based that it's great just to get that first goal. That's the monkey off his back, so to speak. Think about how many Liverpool centre-forwards have come in, and you know, you don't get your first goal, and then the pressure builds and builds and builds. And then it becomes a talking point. Yeah, he's done it. He's played his first game. He scored the goal, took it very well. The run was exceptional. The ball from Shelvey was brilliant. And it's interesting that all of a sudden, just based on the last sort of a week's worth of matches, we were talking 2 weeks ago, and I know it was covered on the Anfield Wrap, like what does a Liverpool goal look like? All of a sudden we're starting to see it. You know, attacking midfielder positions, 35-40 yards from goal, maybe even closer, just picking little passes and players making runs in beyond. Great, you know, we saw it happen when Joe Allen came on the pitch a lot last weekend, and again Daniel Sturridge making a great run. Could have had a couple today, shame that he doesn't. But this is the point. He has that one-on-one chance. The goalkeeper saves. People go, oh, why has he not scored it? Why is no one saying what a great piece of goalkeeping it was? He stayed big. He refused to commit. Meant Daniel Sturridge couldn't go round him. He's forced to take the shot, and he gets down quickly, low, and palms it away. Fantastic. At the other end, Brad Jones, a weird one for me, made some very good saves, quite clearly. You know, on another day, you know, a keeper has a bad game, we're in trouble there. He makes the important saves when needed to. Although I still do question the mentality of people who say, like, should have kept his place over Pepe Reina. No, look, we've seen why Brad Jones is our second choice goalkeeper there today. It's fine, good shot stopper because he's a goalkeeper, but I do just fear a little bit for it just feels shaky. I never feel anywhere near as confident as when anyone other than Pepe Reina is in goal. It's a simple fact. Anyway, let me know your opinion on the match. Let me know your take on the Luis Suarez handball controversy that will doubtless be plastered all over the fucking back pages in some sort of xenophobic, anti-racist handball diving cheat witch hunt, because that's basically what happens every other week with Suarez, isn't it? Well done British media. Let us know your take on it. Obviously, in it to hand, do you think it's deliberate? Do you think he's a cheat? Or do you just think, gives a flying fuck, let's move on with it? Anyway, also let me know your man of the match. Daniel Sturridge won it, I think, with ESPN. Scores the first goal, can't really complain, made a real nuisance of himself. I'm happy to give it to Sturridge. If you want to give it to someone else, do let us know who that is in the comment section underneath. Anyone else as a standout performer? I thought Jamie Carragher was exceptional. Perfect game for him, just like throwing tackles in, last ditch, being committed, gritty. Great to see him. And it's a shame because, you know, maybe you've got younger Liverpool fans, show them performances like that of Jamie Carragher, because we won't be seeing them for very long. You know, he hasn't got many more miles left in the tank, so fantastic to have a sort of renaissance day for JC. Anyway, yes, thanks very much for watching. Sorry we've had our technical hitches, fucking Facebook mobile. Back to normal, hopefully next week for the Man United game. We'll be doing a pre-match Man United show as well as a 2-hour subscriber show on the redmentv.com. Be sure to check that out. It's free for a month and it's a little bit like this. First and foremost, taken from, I think it's from the Sunderland game last night, Gerrard and Suarez are Torval and Dean.
That's fucking belter.
That's nice. Always very good to see.
It looks like they're sharing an imaginary fat woman.
Look at how to top that one. If you can top that, tweet us at the Redmen TV. Always a good laugh if you want to watch more stuff and other people taking the burden off me for just talking. Definitely check it out. As I say, it's free for a month. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. We'll be back next week for the pre-match, for the subscriber shows, and of course, hopefully, fingers crossed, touch wood, for the post-match Man United show. But before I go, I've just seen a little note on the table, the winner of our final Love, Follow, Conquer competition, winning £50 of credit to the website to get himself a whole heap of swag, is at Joe Eyes Roberts, who correctly identified the sweatshirt I was wearing as the old Big Ears sweatshirt. Congratulations, Joe. Congratulations, even the plural of the word. Yes, thanks for watching. Congratulations, Joe, and I'll see you next week. Ta-ra.